We'll talk about life-changing. Our next guest decided to pack in his job, he decided to leave his country, and then he decided to skateboard 6,000 Ks across Australia. Why?
To raise money for charity and to break a world record, of course. Dave Cornthwaite arrived in Sydney late yesterday and he joins us right now from the Plaza. Good morning, Dave, and welcome to Sydney.
Morning to you guys. Thank you very much.
Now, what inspired you to take on this challenge?
I was bored.
Really?
I started skateboarding in March 2005 and pretty quickly decided that it was the thing for me. I wasn't too happy with my job, so I decided to go on a long journey and do some good.
Dave, that's a pretty extreme thing to do. I mean, when I'm unhappy with my job, I just eat chocolate. How did you come up with such a monumental task?
I literally just woke up one morning, I realised I was 25 years old and quite unhappy, so I wanted to make a change, and I just coupled my oldest passion, travelling, with my newest passion, skateboarding, and here I am, about 18 months later, 5,000 kilometres across Oz.
Please don't say that. There's mothers of 13-year-old boys who love their skateboards as well. I don't want him heading out the door just yet.
Yes, right.
Tell us about your journey. Where did you start?
I started in Perth on the 24th of August, and since then I've skated across the Nullarbor, through Adelaide and Melbourne, along the Great Ocean Road before that as well, and most recently passed into Sydney on Friday, and yesterday in Sydney Olympic Park managed to break the world long-distance skateboarding record.
Oh, that's fantastic news. That must have really been a great encouragement for you to keep going. But I know from my old skateboarding days that one leg does all the work and one's a lazy leg. So I'm guessing that you've got one really fat leg and one really skinny leg. Would that be right?
Yeah, that's completely right. My right leg is enormous. It's my party trick.
Yeah, right.
So how many kilometres would you have done by the time you finish?
By the time I finish, I'm expecting to have clocked up just over 6,000 kilometres. I expect to reach Brisbane on the 24th of January, so I've not quite finished yet. But yeah, 6,000 K across Australia. It's been an amazing journey. Tell
me, what are I mean, the challenges obviously are clear as they are enormous, but, you know, we all know what it's like to have a roll along the promenade on the beach of the skateboard. What sort of challenges, what sort of tolls are it taking on your body?
It's taking quite a toll. I'm 27 and I feel like an old man. I wake up in the mornings now and I wish I didn't have to skate 70 kilometres a day. Saying that, you know, despite the blisters, despite the skin wearing away on my feet, despite the enormous New South Wales hills and dodging snakes on the Nullarbor, it's a great way to see the country. I know it's not for everybody, but 15 kilometres an hour, you see an awful lot that you wouldn't do if you were in a car.
And you talk about the Nullarbor there. How did you get across the Nullarbor? Because everybody said you couldn't do it.
Yeah, they did. It just made me more determined. I believe that if you put your mind to something and, you know, you really want it, then it just takes, you know, a little bit of planning, a little bit of support, which I've had from my team. And, you know, I really wanted to get over here, and, you know, I'd flown over from the UK in the first place, so I wasn't going to give up in the middle of the plane. Yeah,
it probably sounded like a good idea at the time, but you're committed to it now. You've done a tremendous job, and it's all for a great cause. How much money have you raised so far?
So far, we've raised over $35,000, and I'm aiming to raise over $125,000 by the time I get to Brisbane. So, you know, it's just a big push. It's all down to the public. They can get on the website, donate, and if they see a guy on a yellow skateboard in between Sydney and Brisbane over the next month, then it's probably me. So please make a donation.
So what do you do for an encore, Dave? What do you do when this is all over?
I don't know. I think I'm going to write a book. I'm going to have a sleep and a cry, and then I think I'll be planning another journey at some point.
So you're going to stay here in Australia, or are you going to head back home to the UK?
You know what? I love this place, and I've been looking around for a house, so I'll certainly be back next year to do a bit of proper travelling. But just watch this space, I think.
Yeah. Gee, from a man who's probably seen more of Australia than most of us, that's a pretty good rap, Dave.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah. If you were serious, Dave, you'd probably try it next on a unicycle. That would be, like, serious.
But I think I might get myself a driver's licence soon.
Yeah. Good on you, Dave. Congratulations, mate. Best of luck to you. That's a long journey you have ahead of you, and we wish you all the best. Nice to talk to you.
Thank you very much.
Have a great Christmas. Now, still to come, a woman